Our newest book, A Soldier's Story. In middle 1944, the war was already lost for Germany, but Karl Lang saw his native Estonia being caught between two powerful combatants, Germany and the Soviet Union. He joined the Waffen-SS, an elite and honorable fighting force. Fortunately for history, Karl Lang kept a very detailed diary. This book is a faithfully translated and transcribed diary of Karl Lang. This is what most soldiers want to come home to. This is Karl's little boy. Everybody in combat wants to get home alive to their family who's waiting. They wonder about what's going on back home. They worry about their family. Before we get into the details of the book, let me thank Karl's grandson Otto, we see over on the right, his lady Ava, and his really super mama. What a wonderful lady. They put me up at Mama's house, my two visits in Estonia, and the first time I came down to breakfast, Mama had a huge 6-foot-long table spread with food, and I asked how many people were joining us for breakfast. Oh no, Harry, that's your breakfast. Oh boy, I gained about 5 pounds on that trip. I also want to thank these great members who helped this book to come to life. In his diary, Karl talks about the training in the latter stages of the war. He went to officer school, photo above, the Junkerschule at Bad Tolz, where the Waffen-SS officers were trained. After he got his posting as a front soldier, the oldest soldier in his troop was 16 years old, and the youngest soldier was 11. We don't read about the privations suffered by the German military in the closing moments of the war. Karl talks about his troop severe lack of food. They had to pull up weeds and melted snow to make a thin soup. Some of these young boy soldiers dug up a few potatoes from a farm field so they could eat. They were caught and they were beaten for stealing some potatoes so they could eat. They had no wood for the stove in their barracks. The wind would be whistling through the cracks in the boards. They had no boots, no warm clothes. And as you see in the bottom picture, a starving Karl with hundreds of these boy soldiers from 16 years old down to 11 after the surrender. And we learned that Field Marshal Montgomery gave the order to the Canadian troops to execute all these boy soldiers. In other words, to murder these kids in uniform. Fortunately, we found that the Canadian soldiers flat out refused to obey such a horrible order. Join us in this trip through the tunnels of time as we reveal secrets that you're not supposed to know. Here's how to order, and note that our books are guaranteed. If you don't like it, send it back for a full refund of your purchase price. So far, not one single book out of 55,000 has been returned. no complaints actually in more than 33 years. And we've had a AAA or an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Sharkhunters publishes a great monthly magazine electronically. We'll send you the current issue. Just send us an email, sharkhunters@sharkhunters.com. Say you want a copy of the magazine, and by return email, you'll have it.